What we do in these critical times will define what becomes of us. Today's media availability is entirely devoted to the city's response to COVID-19. Last evening, Governor Brian Kemp announced a series of statewide measures to try to curb the spread of coronavirus, instituting a ban on most gatherings of more than 10 people and ordering that medically fragile individuals shelter in place for 2 weeks. Our local emergency order has been in place since Saturday morning, and we are grateful to those citizens, businesses, and members of the faith community who have complied by modifying their lives and processes in order to keep themselves, their customers, and their parishioners safe. We've been very careful and deliberate in our actions, not reacting to apathy or paranoia, making decisions based upon the best information available from medical experts, to include the Coastal Health District, the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention, and our local medical community. We have tried to balance the safety of our community with the need to maintain a local economy that is able to meet the varied needs of our citizens. Our early estimates indicate that the city of Savannah is experiencing financial losses of approximately $150,000 a day, projected to be at least $4.5 million a month as long as this crisis persists. It is clear to me, as confirmed by the subject matter experts, that things will get worse before they get better. And in Savannah, Georgia, for Savannah, Georgia, that risk is too much to bear. Therefore, it is necessary and prudent to enhance and escalate our action plan to minimize the exposure of Savannians to this virus, which is already proven deadly around the world. I submit to you that it is time for us to show the same love that Savannians are famous for giving, but to do it from a greater distance, and to put the good of the whole community over our personal agendas. I am convinced that we can beat this, but it can only be done together by remaining apart. I know that none of this is easy. It's disruptive. It's inconvenient. It's restrictive. It's limiting. But for better or for worse, this is our reality. For the next couple of weeks, the only way we can stem the threat of COVID-19 is for each of us to remain home as much as possible. If you have to go to the grocery store or to get some exercise, you can certainly do so, but it is imperative that you maintain as much distance as you can from others. The city of Savannah has restricted access to most of our facilities in order to protect our employees and the community. However, we remain operational and committed to delivering the services that you count on and you pay for every day. Beginning this week, a good portion of our workforce, wherever possible, will begin to fulfill their duties from home. Those remaining in city facilities will be ensured mask and or sanitizer, thanks to gracious assistance from local companies that we have sought out and that are going to be able to help us fill local needs in Savannah using local companies. We are practicing what we are preaching. While Governor Kemp's executive action announced yesterday addressed some of the critical needs in our state, I do not feel that it goes far enough in ensuring the health and safety of our citizens. Because of this, I will be sending Governor Kemp a letter today requesting greater state oversight and consistency in rules across the state and actions that address the operation of businesses that may be located in the city but are not regulated by the city. In addition, the council and I remain concerned about legal actions like evictions, which will further exacerbate the issues that so many families are facing and will face in the uncertain days ahead. So in addition to the emergency declaration of March the 21st, 2020, I am hereby announcing additional measures that are needed in our city to protect all of you and to protect all of us. These measures include a shelter-at-home order for all residents with exemption for essential businesses, government functions, and essential activities as defined by my order. In other words, and to put it succinctly and clearly, if you're not working and you're not shopping for groceries, please stay home. Businesses not defined as essential must cease all activities as of the effective date of this order. Public and private gatherings outside of a single household are prohibited except for limited purposes outlined in this order. Travel, except for essential travel and essential activities, is also prohibited. The categories of essential businesses, essential travel, and essential activities are listed in the documents you have been provided. And this is the first amended declaration of the local emergency, which I signed at 9:50 this morning.